Hello everyone, myself Amruta Patil, lecturer of Department of Information Technology, Arihant Education Foundation, Arihant Arts, Commerce and Science Junior College, Baudhan, Pune. Today I am here to discuss about the topic Basics of Information Technology. The contents which I am going to discuss here are units of memory, concept of hardware and software, categories of software, operating systems for personal computers, operating systems for mobile phones. So firstly we'll go through the basic topic units of memory. What are the basic units used for a memory purpose in a computer? Okay, so computer storage and memory is often measured in megabytes, that is represented by MB, and gigabytes as GB. Now let us understand the evolution of memory, how the memory evolved till now. So the first basic is bit. Bit is a binary digit that holds only one of two values. The two values are 0 or 1. Next is nibble. Nibble means what? A group of 4 bits. When four bits are grouped together, that is called as a nibble. Now for here example is given 1011. These are 4 bits which are grouped together, that forms one nibble. Another example is given 1001. Next example is 1111. So here 4 bits, when they are grouped together, you get one nibble. Next is byte. A group of 8 bits is called a byte. When we grouped 4 bits, we got a nibble. When we are grouping 8 bits, then we will get 1 byte. A byte is the smallest unit which can represent a data item or a character. Now here in the example you can see these are 8 bits. 8 bits are there. They hold only 0 or 1. Okay. So that is binary digit, and when the 8 bits are grouped together, we get 1 byte. Okay. So these are the units of memory. Next we will go to the concept of hardware and software. What is the meaning of hardware? Firstly, computer hardware comprises of the physical components that a computer system requires to function. Now hardware means you should get into your mind that physical components that a computer system requires. In simple words, hardware are the parts which we can see, we can touch them and feel them. So those parts of the computer which we can see, which we can touch and which we can feel them are the hardware parts. It encompasses everything with a circuit board that operates within a personal computer or a laptop, including the motherboard, the graphics card, CPU, ventilation fans, webcams, power supply and so on. Okay, so these are the examples what all the hardware consists of. It also consists of the circuit board which is present into the personal computer or a laptop. Okay. What is a software? A set of instructions given to the computer is known as the program. So what are the software? Software means these are the parts which we cannot see, but we need them for the operation of the computer. A set of instructions. Who gives these instructions? The user gives it to the computer. Those set of instructions are called as the program. Okay. Program or set of programs are called as a software. This helps us to interact with the computer in order to perform a particular task. Okay, we need the software or the set of instructions which are to be fed by the user. Why we need them? We need to interact with the computer. In order to interact, we need to give the set of instructions. Software is a generic term used to describe the computer programs. Okay, so this is a generic term, general word. Okay, used to describe the programs which are given to the computer. Next, the categories of a software. How the software is divided. It is divided into two parts. One is open source software. Here you can see it refers to the software which releases the code in public domain for anyone to use. Okay, this is the code which is released by a particular company, which is open to anyone who can use it, who can modify it. The source code can be copied, modified, or distributed by other users and the organizations. Okay, here you can copy the code, modify it and use it. Okay, as the software is open to the public, that the result is that it constantly updates, improves and expands as more people can work on its improvement. So here what happens, as the software code is available to the public can update it, improve it, and they can customize the software and use it. Okay, so as a result of this, what happens is, here the software has lots of improvement in it. Okay, constantly it is improving. Okay, now next type is closed source software. Here what is happening? It is opposite to open source software. That means the software is used by the proprietary and has a closed guarded code. So this source of software is not given to the public. Okay, the code is not given to the public. Only the original authors of the organization of a software can access, copy and alter that software. So here the people who are using it, the software, they cannot do the any alteration. They can only access it, but they cannot alter the software. Okay, in case of closed source software, user has to purchase the software before using it. So the whatever the software is there, which is closed source software, the user, before using it, he has to purchase a genuine copy of this software before using it. Okay, so this is all about the closed source software. These are the categories of a software. So next, computer software can be classified into two types based on its utility. Okay, what utility, how it is utilized, on that basis also the computer software is categorized. The first is application software. What is it? It is a program only, or a group of programs, okay, designed for end users. Okay, now application software is also known as end user programs. Okay, it includes the programs like database programs, maybe word processors, maybe web browsers, maybe presentation softwares, or the spreadsheets, you know, that those Excel sheets, etc. Okay, so these are the softwares which are application based, which are used by the end users, and these are the examples of the application software. Okay, so next we'll go to the system software. It is a set of instructions required for a computer to work. Okay, so for example, you can understand here through the example, Linux operating system is a program. Okay, it's a program that allows different applications and various components of the hardware such as monitor, printer, mouse, keyboard, etc. to communicate with each other. Okay, so what it is saying here, the example says that what the hardware components are there, for example say printer. Now how it is going to communicate with the computer? Okay, through the operating system. Here the operating system, for example Linux is given, you can take Windows also. The printer is communicating with the computer through the operating system, through the Windows operating system, and that software is known as a system software. Okay, so this was the classification of the computer software based on its utility. Okay, next is more about some operating system. So a computer would not be able to function correctly without an operating system. So as you must be knowing, operating system is a software which is needed by the computer to be able to function correctly. Okay, an operating system is a software program that empowers the computer hardware to communicate and operate with the computer software. Okay, for the communication between the hardware, you need the operating system. Okay, the operating system boots up the computer and makes sure that everything is operational. If you have seen before, while starting the PC, you will see the bootstrap code running. Okay, so that is the operating system is booting up in the computer, and it is making sure that everything is going correctly. Okay, the operating system is also what runs the cell phone and most of the electronic devices. Now you know the electronic devices, cell phones also run on the operating system only. Okay, so the operating system usually comes preloaded on any computer, tablet, laptop or cell phone that you buy. Okay, this OS is preloaded by the manufacturer of the whatever laptop, computer you have, or a cell phone also. So next is, most people use the OS that comes with their device as default. Okay, so many of us use the operating system, the same operating system which is given by the manufacturer when we buy it. It is necessary to use licensed operating system and not a copied of or a pirated one. Okay, so you should always use a licensed OS copy. Okay, and not a pirated one. There are many open source operating systems available on the web which are freely downloadable. Okay, so for example, Linux is freely downloadable, that is an open source OS. Okay, it is advisable to use those OS instead of pirated ones. Okay, operating systems for personal computers. So these are the operating systems which are used by the personal computers. Okay, the first one is DOS, disk operating system. It was the dominant OS for microcomputers in the 1980s and the early 1990s. Okay, in those years the disk operating system was used. It was the dominant operating system used for microcomputers. For working with DOS, the user needs to know how to input the commands using the command prompt window. Okay, so Windows is another operating system used in the personal computers. Windows is a series of operating systems that are designed by Microsoft. So Windows is developed by Microsoft. The first two versions of the Windows operating system introduces in 1985 and 1987 respectively, where primitive Windows is the most commonly used operating system. Okay, so the first two versions were introduced in 1985 and 87 and they were very primitive. Okay, so these are the is the most common used operating system. Next is Mac OS. Apple Corporation's registered operating system is called Mac OS. In Apple mobile phones or laptops, you will be finding this Mac operating system, which is registered under the Apple Corporations. Okay, Chrome operating system is an open source operating system created by Google. Okay, Google is a company which is developing this open source operating system Chrome to create a better computing experience for people who spend most of their time on the web. Okay, so next is Unix. It was trademarked in 1969 by a group of AT&T employees at Bell Labs as a multitasking and multi-user computer operating system. So Unix is an operating system which was developed by these people, and it is a multitasking. Okay, at a single time many tasks are performed. Multi-user means more than one user can use it at a time, and this was developed in the year 1969. So next is a Linux, the last one. It's an open source operating system. It is portable, it is multi-user. Multiple users can access system resources like memory, RAM, application programs at the same time. That is called as multi-user, multi-programming operating system. So it is very similar to other operating systems such as Windows, and the source code is available to the public because it is open source. No, not the similar as Windows. Windows is closed source, and the source code is available to the public. So these were the operating systems which are available for personal computers. Next is operating systems for mobile phones. Okay, so there are many different operating systems for mobile phones and devices. These are Android, Asha, BlackBerry, iOS, Windows Phone, etc. Okay, so Android is a free and open source operating system provided by Google. It is important. It is most popular operating system amongst all other operating systems. Nowadays in mobile phone, you you get this Android as installed operating system. It's an open source. Okay, Asha is used by Nokia phones. This is closed source operating system. The code is not available to the public domain. Okay, next is a BlackBerry. Is a closed source operating system for the smartphone and tablet devices. iOS is the Apple's closed source operating system for Apple's iPhone, iPod Touch and iPad and second generation Apple TVs. Okay, in these devices you will be getting this iOS operating system. Windows Phone is developed by Microsoft as a closed source operating system for the mobile phones. In many of the mobile phones you have Windows as the operating system. So this was all about the operating systems used for mobile phones. Thanks for watching.